If you look at the bill, when it talks about, what's reasonably verifiable as false, how do you decide? Well, at first instance, it's the digital platforms that decide. How on earth would they know? Particularly given the squillions of posts that are made, and then making those really fine assessments about what is serious harm in Australia to our economy, etc., etc. Not a hope that anyone in America knows any of that stuff. So if you look at the bill, then they just seem to rely on fact checkers. And so they partner with fact checkers, and it's fact checkers who decide these sorts of things, what's true and what's not. How do they decide? Because they don't have a clue either. And this is one point I really do want to stress. They then ask experts. Now, I've been on the expert side of this. I've been asked for many fact checks, right? And here's my experience of it. The people that I'm dealing with are, they try hard and they're well-meaning, but they are not experts themselves in the field. They'll ask me a question in a particular form of words. I'll give them an answer that's suited to the way they ask me that question. And then sometimes later on, I read what they write and discover that they have misinterpreted it or themselves been misleading about it because they thought the sort of words that they used for me when they asked me the question actually mean the same as another set of words which mean something quite different, okay? So the problem with expertise is the expert might have it, but the person writing the fact check doesn't. And they often misunderstand the experts, so they often get it wrong. In the old days, they used to come back to the expert and say, well, this is what I've written, is it right? And he'd just say, oh, no, you've misunderstood this, you need to change those words, whatever. They don't do that anymore. And the impression I get is that these are just, frequently young kids out of university who don't really know. And they're taking on this really important role of making a decision that will lead some Meta or Google or whatever to make decisions about what is true and what is false, when the fact checker themselves hasn't properly understood what the experts have said. And it's also really dependent on what experts you choose. How many are out there who actually answer your email and say, quick, I need this response in 24 hours?